because without discipline, we're kind of a slave to the chaos. And I thought of, having a dog, right? Like dogs are great. Like they're super loving. They're amazing animals. But if you don't train them to sit, to stay, to come, to be a well-behaved dog, it's going to be a very difficult relationship with that animal because they never like took the time to train them. And I feel like that could be the mind sometimes. It just wants to run, and like you mentioned, how it just wants to, it just like suck up everything around it, or just kind of indulge, or ignore, things, or when things get uncomfortable, turn the other direction and kind of, move away from discomfort and then seek the comfort and seek what it knows. And at the entire time, just being a continual slave to the environment, because a undisciplined mind is a reactive mind, and a reactive mind is typically a mind that is overcome and typically driven by emotion. Whereas, taking time to develop discipline, whatever that is, whatever that can look like, I want to talk about what that can look like too, really helps you to develop that character you talked about. Because you ultimately, you wake up with yourself in the morning, you go to bed with yourself at night, and if you don't know how to really face yourself when things do get challenging, then, I don't see success as being sustainable. It might be, you might have a time that you just nailed it at the right time and the right whatever, and it works. But the sustainability aspect is really what drives.
It's not sustainable. And I mean, you hit it on the head there, Will, is that there's going to be times when our talent, and Jai mentioned this, right, about some of this hot-headed football player, where our talent takes us places that our character can't hold us there, right? Our character can't maintain. And if we go to these places without the discipline, we're going to fall back. We may have intermittent successes, but we're going to fall back to where our character normally lays. And that is, more often than not, if we don't have discipline, a place of ease and peace. And I'm part of this program called the Deliberate Discomfort Challenge. Deliberate discomfort, right? And how important that is to intentionally put yourself into places where you're uncomfortable, and how doing that more often, that doing hard things begets being able to do hard. And as you do hard things in life, your life actually becomes easier because you're more successful. So do hard things to live an easier life, or take the easy road, but that ironically ends up being the harder life, that ironically ends up being the harder road. By doing hard things, like committing to studying, or committing to working out, or committing to eating healthy, you actually end up living a healthier and easier life. It's ironic.
Yeah, I find that intriguing. And what I'm curious about, John, is I had this experience with my current partner, and I have a beautiful relationship, and it got really deep. Like it was just starting and just budding. And during the pandemic, with the stress, how we responded to stress revealed our character to each other. And it bonded us, because the admiration. What I feel is, like, I want to ask both of you, does discipline and seeing someone else's discipline, for me, it builds trust. Like, I trust Will. Will has always followed through. If I'm like, Will, please email me that thing, he does it that day. It doesn't happen 3 or 4 weeks later. And his discipline makes me be able to count on him. And we're kind of like in the zone together. I know I could lean on him. And when people don't have discipline, I don't judge it. I just don't have that umbilical feeling of like we're not really boys. It's superficial. Like, he's my boy. Because if I needed something, I can call him, and I know he'll take my call. I trust it. So when you were in the teams, did you find that the disciplined people pulled through and made the teams and made the cut, and built trust for you?